So the game is that in 10 minutes I'm gonna teach you as much as possible I can. So I have random photos coming here and I will do some comments. Now whenever you are out anywhere, just keep your eyes open, and if you see anything which sort of like draws your eye, don't think, just shoot. I mean, don't have this, should I photograph this? Just shoot. If you're in doubt, shoot. Alright. This is a photo from a zoo. If you have a good zoom, you can easily have create the impression that this is real wildlife. It's not. So a zoom is extremely handy. I have an 18 to 300 millimeter as my go-to thing when I'm just out walking around. So that's a very smart thing to have. Alright. When there's something funny here, you have trees penetrating the roof, shoot. If you see something you go, that's odd, that's a bit strange, shoot. Here's also the very nice the colors and of course that's interesting. So there's many reasons to shoot. Trust your intuition. When you see something you're drawn to, start shooting. Okay? And if you got a good lens, you can also go very close and just shoot. These small creatures have a tendency to evaporate very fast, so start shooting as soon as you see them, and then move closer and closer and closer, and see if you can get some nice shots. Try to move around, try to get something in the background which is not disturbing. A blue light sky like here is probably perfect. It could also be something else, but okay. Some things are very obvious that this is interesting, and sometimes a sunset can be very fascinating, but a sunset in itself is not good enough. There needs to be something in addition. Remember that. A very good sunset, start looking for something else to put in front of the sunset. I mean, a lot of beginners are drawn to very cool sunsets, and they shoot that, and then they miss the opportunity to get something really nice. So good sunset equal start hunting for something else. When you're doing macro photography in general, you should just have a lot of attention on being sharp. So as this has a lot of different things which could be sharp and not sharp, you can see here the web is sharp just around the spider, and then it's sharp a little bit going towards us, but it's a very small area where it's actually sharp. So that is difficult. So just make a lot of pictures and look later. Try to get as many photos as you can in focus. That's very important. Do that extra step and make sure that what you're shooting is completely sharp. That makes a big difference. You can cheat. Now this is I remember this photo because I was actually cheating. It was these leaves, and then I saw this yellow flower somewhere else, and I just said, okay, I'll combine them. I'll just take this thing here, which is completely strong colored, and put up against this area which is not disturbing at all, because it's all sort of brownish, and it came out all right. Now that technique used in photography can actually be a very scary thing, because you can go to a place where it looks sort of okay, and I'm going to give you a technique which I don't recommend using at all, but I'm just going to give it. You have a war photographer, and he's standing there and he's looking, well, it's all boring. Okay, so he goes and pay $50 for that mother over there to stand in there, and they say, okay, can you pinch him in the leg so he starts crying? And then you comfort him. I mean, that's a completely cruel, rough thing to do, but it makes a fantastic photo. I mean, this kid is crying and there's a war zone in the background. I mean, that's a killer shot. And it can be totally manipulated and fake. This is a fake photo of a yellow flower. It's quite innocent. Okay, let's move on. Now, a gray winter day, some birds flying along. It looks like this could be a really boring photo opportunity, like nothing really happens, but it's actually interesting. So sometimes it's a matter of getting close enough, and there is where you are you need to get a good zoom. I mean, 18 to 300 millimeter as I use, it's very cool. So something like that would be fine. So you can go wide angle and you can go really close up. Okay, when you see a rainbow, shoot. But the rainbow is moving. So I shot this outside a car window, and big advantage is if you're in a car and there's a rainbow, you can actually move the rainbow by just driving a little bit along. So you see a rainbow, you go, oh, okay. And then you drive a little bit and you see, oh, that's nice. Now the rainbow is placed nicely, and then shoot. I'm not living in Paris, right? But when you see something like that, I guess you just got to shoot it. And as an obvious nice thing, you shoot it. Okay, so that's a tourist shot, but that's sort of all right. It's me hunting in the Caribbean for a nice photo, and I like that. I like that. It's I don't know who the guy is, but he's doing something. He's well placed and so on. All right, let's see what else we got. Ice. I'm not sure I'm completely satisfied with that. It's not 100% sharp, but it's a good idea. This is interesting. There's some colors and so on. It's not completely, I mean, it's all photos I have made, and I have asked the computer to just show them completely random. So, but I like the colors, and I thought, okay, this is interesting, not bad. Now and again, when I take a walk, I go past this, and now and again there's something nice. So, still, this is also Paris. I just like this. It's just both red cars, but obviously very different. So it's kind of funny somehow. Different modes of transportation, and still linked by the same color. Well, I like humor in the photo also. When you see something like this, a swan, and you have some time, you can always make a good shot. It's just a matter of keep the bird in focus for a while, and then just shoot. I mean, this is a completely ordinary photo, but it's alright. This is funnier. It's better. It's like, it takes a little bit of timing. This bird is obviously walking towards the horizon, and there's two other birds. I like this. It's a nice photo. Yeah. That takes a little bit of timing to do that, but it just takes also that you're just focused, and then all of a sudden something interesting will show up. So be patient. That's a very good advice. This is the same thing with the red cars. It's just two cars, but they got something in common, and they're so different. Well, that was just is something which is kind of makes me look one more time. So whatever makes you look, shoot it. I like the shadows are telling a little bit different stories. I mean, the shadows are placed quite interesting. There's one shadow which is very close to the guy, and there's one shadow which is sort of like run away. Number two guy's shadow is basically afraid of him. It's sort of like run over there in the corner. It looks funny. I like this photo, and obviously it's not manipulated at all, but the shadow is oh, I'm out. 10 minutes. I'm gonna make another one, but I hope you learned a little bit, and I will do another 10 minutes about some other photos.